deeper. Yeah. If you survive and can see through the pain, it gets deeper. Virtue subtracts the day. If you can shine through the guilt and the shame, it gets deeper. It only takes one moment to change. You might be hurting, but you still ain't helpless. And the revelation carries way more than the message. It's more to that lineup. It's the mind behind, son. Over your mind, you realize.
Yeah. You might be hurting, but you're not helpless. But you're not helpless. Leave it in the cut.
Help is on the way.
Yeah.
Peace is nice, bleeds like Chinese daggers on peas and rice. Righteous, you see my sight whenever I.
Good afternoon, everybody. Yeah, it's deeper than the cut, man. If you didn't know, now you know, man. It's time, man. Good afternoon, everybody. I hope everybody's day is going well, man. I feel good. What's up, Smitty?
Man, all is well and getting better. You better know it.
You better know it, because I'm your boy Halftime, my man Smitty over here.
Smitty!
We rolling. We ready to go, man. The day is the 12th, September 12th, man. This month is gone, Smitty.
Ooh, we halfway through it.
We halfway through it already. Oh, man, I just feel good today, man. Another day with the Lord, man.
We on top of the dirt, baby.
We on top of the dirt, baby. Not under, above, and never beneath.
Yes, sir.
I feel good, man.
Man, today is the day.
Today, that day.
To praise the Lord.
Oh, man, listen, don't start. No, we had good church yesterday. Good sermon, good
Yes,
sermon.
sir.
Know your lines. When the curtain open, you better know your lines, man.
Yes, sir.
Woo! Man, today, man, we got a good episode coming, Smitty.
Come on, man.
It's kind of make me a little, get me a little, get my little tears and stuff, my little emotions get to flowing. You start reflecting on yourself.
Yeah.
Is always big, man. But with this topic today, we're going to be discussing, man, extensively. It's titled The Wounded Healer.
Ooh-wee.
I got to say that again. I got
name of it?
goosebump. The Wounded Healer.
Oh, my God.
Yes, Lord.
That sounds like something I can work with that.
The Wounded Healer. So I know some of you scarred and been branded and been talked about and beat up and pushed down in the dirt. But guess what? You might be hurting.
But you're not helpless.
But you're not helpless, because it's deeper than the cut.
You better know it.
Man, I feel good, man. But Smitty, man, you know how we like to do, man. We spent a lot of good time yesterday, man, smiling and having a good time and watching a little TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, that TV. What was you watching on Sunday yesterday?
Man. Yesterday was the kickoff for the NFL season.
Whoa, Lord Jesus bless him.
And living here in Detroit, this area, we have a team called the Detroit Kitty Cats.
Meow.
and of course, after getting out of church, I was happy yesterday, to be honest with you, though. I felt good. It was a different feeling for me where, getting out of church, having a good time at church, and I didn't have to deal with a disappointing afternoon because of the Detroit Lions losing, man. And the fact that they lost, like I figured they would, like they only been doing for so long.
Yeah.
Hard Knocks wouldn't get me hype. I ain't watched the episode of Hard Knocks. I ain't thought about no Hard Knocks.
Neither.
But that is what at the restaurant, it was on the TV, so I watched it, and just what I thought was gonna happen. It ended up happening. They lost.
Man, I'm just tired. I'm fatigued mentally. Of course we're not on the field, but it does do something to your psyche. Your mind is always like, I hope we win. I hope we win. Look like we gonna win. Making a good hurry up offense in the fourth quarter. We ain't calling no timeouts, no calculated play. Everything is rushed to try to come back at the end, only to lose. And we all sitting there like we forgot. Last week, the same thing happened. And the week before.
It's going to happen the same thing. People always talk about, well, they were close. They got real close.
I'm tired of close.
They really didn't get close, to be honest with you. For real, it was like, teams started blowing the Lions out, and they started playing a whole different brand of football.
Yeah.
They started playing a brand of football where it's safe.
Yeah.
Where they're not, running as hard or playing as hard. And you get a chance to come back and score a couple points, but reality of it is they beat you up good enough in the first half, so when the second half come, you can come in and score some points, but you're never gonna catch up. And
game is won in the first half.
Absolutely. And so most of the Lions games is over with by the time the second quarter is over with.
And I know we talking about the Lions, man, and I'm not a Matt Stafford fan. But
he look like a lion over there in the
like
Rams.
a lion, though. see, same old thing for Matt and the Lions. They both still doing the same thing.
They still married. Man, I just, I've detached myself from the Lions because I want to keep my sanity. I want to keep my spirit up. I want to stay encouraged.
Stay smiling.
And what they will do is they will take all of your joy away.
Man, they're going to rob you.
They're going to take all your joy away on Sunday. And I'm glad I've gotten to the point where I've detached and I'm sober. I have good Sundays now.
Yeah, me too. I agree, man. Because, we both been alive we close in age, man. But my whole life, I've never seen her win nothing. I mean, man, we don't
one
have
playoff
anything.
Win in
one playoff
50, 60 years.
And what was that, a shoe-in, or was that came from somebody losing or something?
No, they won it. They won.
See,
it was back in the early 90s.
Yeah, take that. Take it. Might as well get that one. Throw that one in too.
Yeah.
But that's our Lions people. Y'all know your Lions, man. This is what we do. We
lower your expectations.
Ooh, we memorabilia, got the jerseys, we optimistic. Ooh, we fired up. We fresh, going to buy memorabilia and stuff, man. To lose, spend all that money on that chicken and tailgating to everybody drive on, don't even have the radio on.
Man, I got customers, man, that's looking right now. I know they probably watching this podcast. They like,
we
hey,
love
Lo,
you, man.
I love you, Lo, man.
Love you, man.
But
they ain't nothing,
the
real. My man, Will, I know you at that plant, man, but I know you got them season tickets still again.
Let them go,
all
man.
All these years, man.
Let them go.
Let them go.
They got to do better.
They got to do better, man. But we got bigger fish to fry. This is a better topic too, man.
Yes,
the
sir.
Wounded Healer, man. I can't wait.
Yes, sir.
I can't wait. I'm so excited to get into it, Smitty.
Man, it's crazy because when you say Wounded Healer, it says so many things. There's so many things that come to mind. Mm-hmm. When you start talking about the Wounded Healer, that means you're dealing with something yourself, but you still have a responsibility to make sure that your life purpose is lived out.
Yeah.
And that's often through other people by helping. And so the Wounded Healer is literally the person who is dealing with things in their lives. They're going through things in their lives.
Yeah.
They're experiencing things in their lives, but they still have the responsibility to pull somebody else up. That's a whole different place right there.
That's
and have time. We might as well go ahead and get into it.
Yeah, man.
Because when you start talking about a wounded healer, after being inside the entrepreneurship status and classification for so long as you have, I know you done been through some hurts. I know you done suffered some wounds, some lashings and some tongue, lashings. And it's just, what does that process, of going through the hurt while helping others, what does that look like?
Man, but which way can I go?
That's a process, man.
That's a process, Smitty. And a lot of times, I'll be honest with you, I was in my own way. It was like my mind was like, okay, I know what I need. Yeah. And I'm speaking just at that moment.
Right.
In a position at that moment that probably the Lord just dropped in your spirit, right, to be obedient to a thing, to help someone.
Yeah.
And in that moment when God give you that, I'm in a place where I still need.
Right.
It's like
that's the wounded part.
That's the wounded part.
Right.
Of
right.
It.
Right.
Right.
I still got stuff I need. Yeah.
I have a laundry list.
Yeah.
Full of things that I still need, and it's still pulling and tugging for me to go in that direction. And then when you get to unction to help somebody else from the point of lack, from a point of being wounded, where you might still walk with a limp,
right?
If you will,
right?
You might your head, you still might get migraines, because of that pain and that stress about that situation.
Memories,
the memories, right? The sting of what you just been through,
absolutely,
is heavy enough and it's painful enough and it's poking and pulling on you, enough to support your flesh, though.
Yeah,
it says that I want to stay in my own lane. I want to throw a tantrum. I don't want to come out of this funk because I have too many things I need for my own self, and I don't have enough at that point. The flesh, again, flesh is saying, I don't have enough.
I'm wounded.
I'm wounded.
Go.
I'm bandaged up.
Yeah.
Hey, man, the stitches haven't healed.
Yeah.
You know, and, hey, the doctor's still working on me.
Yeah.
So I ain't ready to help nobody, Lord. You want me to help this guy? He got more stuff going on than me. The flesh I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Right? But then, Smitty, that process, it's like, man, I've been through all of that, and the process of it, will come to my mind. You have to stay prayed up, man.
Yes.
That's one of the biggest things for me. I literally had to stay prayerful with them.
Yeah.
Us as Christians in the church community, we just greet each other, say, hey, man, you praying for me?
Yeah.
You praying for me? Hence the word for. Right? You praying for me?
Yeah,
I'm gonna pray for you. You pray for me, I'm gonna pray for you.
Right.
But in fact, in that situation, you have to pray with them.
That's right.
And that's the thing.
Yes, sir.
You have to stay prayerful.
Yeah.
That process is not a process where you can just have a mild conversation about what to do.
Yeah.
And give the person of need a list of things to do.
Yeah.
Right? From
Absolutely.
without.
Right.
You have to get in it.
That's right.
With them.
Yeah.
To bring them through. And you do have enough. The flesh may not want to, because the Bible says this, that the spirit is willing,
the flesh,
but that flesh is weak.
That's right.
And that's the part that flesh don't want to do right.
Mm-hmm.
That flesh don't want to go. The flesh don't want to bend and stretch.
Yeah.
He want to stay. The flesh wants to remain in that state.
That's right.
He don't want to grow. He don't want to come out, right?
Yes,
and
sir.
So Smitty, that process, man, being hurt while helping others, man, you got to spend time with them some kind of way.
Yeah.
That process, and it's like a tragedy has happened.
Yeah.
And if you know that it's a part of ministry that a lot of our ministries don't really cultivate, but it's called the helps ministry. Mm-hmm. I know we have our deacon department, we have our choir department, the ministerial staff, and we have all these other departments, financial committee and things of that nature. But what about establishing the helps committee?
Yeah.
Man? No matter what the need is, I'm willing to jump in. I've been a janitor. I've been an usher. I've been a deacon. I've been a minister. I had to minister on Sunday mornings. I had to do a lot of different things. But you got to get in that. You got to get in it with the person and stay with them. The biggest part of helps is sometimes just showing up.
Yeah, that's right.
When you show up and just be there for a person in their time of need, it's not about like being there financially. It's not about just over talking and trying to minister and always over exert yourself.
Yeah.
Sometimes just your presence.
That's right.
Just, I'm wounded. I'm going to put my leg up on your ottoman because my foot wrapped up.
My foot hurt.
But I'm here for you.
Yeah, but I'm here. I'm in the place.
I'm in it with you.
I'm in it.
And we praying through. And the whole time, spiritually, I might be Hannah praying.
Yeah.
I be praying from within.
Yeah.
Because sometimes one thing that the person that's in need don't need is a person trying to throw the Bible at them.
Yeah.
Or trying to throw structure.
Right.
They're not sound at that moment. They can't go where you are. So you have to understand that being wounded and know where you just recently come from. You're gonna have to just stay prayerful and just be visible and be available for whatever those needs are.
Right. Absolutely. So are you talking about from the standpoint of you being wounded and the person that you're talking about helping are these the people that you're saying you see that was in a place that you've already come through?
Yes,
that you've already dealt with the hurts, you've already dealt with the wounds, and you've already dealt with the backlash of what it takes to get through that process.
Yeah.
So you're saying you hold the responsibility to help those people through that moment.
Yes.
Because you still have your own aspirations, your own healing, and your own process to go through.
Yes.
But that you've already gone through.
Yes.
What you're saying is you look back and say, or not even look back, you just look and see somebody in need or in help and say, you know what? I know I got the answers to that. Mm-hmm. I can get you through that. Now, I'm hurting because of what I'm dealing with to get where I need to go.
Yes.
But the fact that I know what you about to deal with, I can help you through there. So that in turns make me a wounded healer. I'm healing the situation and the people that are coming, behind me and doing what I've already done.
Yes.
But I'm still wounded from what I'm getting ready to experience.
That's right.
For what I'm going to get ready to go through.
That's exactly what it is.
And so when you start realizing that, man, that's a whole different kind of process, man, to deal with. You know, that process speaks to, of course, like you said, you got to be prayed up because there's an aspect inside of it that you can't take care of. You're going to need God.
That's right.
God always leave a space for him to get in and provide. He's a very present help
in the time
of trouble. So he leaves a space for trouble to show up.
Absolutely.
So that he can prove himself to help the wounded, and he can help the ones that need the help for the space and time they need. So you got trouble and they have trouble, but he's able to provide for both of them at the same time.
In perfect alignment.
And he'll use the wounded one to help the one that need the help. Ain't God all right?
God is all right. Ain't he all right? See, let the church say amen. But man, see, we don't. There's some of this stuff, man. A lot of this stuff we don't rehearse, man. And it's just off the spirit, man.
Absolutely.
And you ask that question, and it brings me to a point where some people's conditions are worse than others. I've been in positions where a simple prayer got them through.
Yes.
A simple prayer, Lord, cover him. Bless him, right? Cover him from the crown of his head, sole of his feet. Dispatch your angels right now to cover and camp round about. You know, simple prayers cause them their strength to hold.
Absolutely.
Not to dilapidate and fall through the crack.
Absolutely.
Right. But there are some conditions,
yes, sir,
some situations from a person that needs healing that you're gonna have to do a little bit more than praying. And so for me, I remember times where I had to fast. See, some of these things are just
only
like
come out.
These conditions are small fries, but then you have some giant situations where it's going to require more than the simple prayer, right?
Absolutely.
And this is where the Bible talks about it from Romans 17 and 21. It said, "Howbeit this kind, right, goeth not out, but by what? Fasting and prayer."
That's right.
And that's what matters. And so because I've currently come out of mine from fasting and praying, I'm anointed. Lord had put a little bit extra, little overflow in my cup.
Yes,
so when I come over to my brother's house to lend a hand, I got a little bit extra where if I lend him a little bit, I'm going to stay full. I'm going to stay full. See, I'm going to give you a little bit because the Lord just brought me through.
Right. That's right.
On victory. And because see, recovery means that you just been through something and you're on the other side.
That's right.
Things.
That's right.
I'm recovering. That means I have victory.
That's
I
right.
have won that fight.
That's right.
And if you stay in a fight, you win. And if you quit, you lose. See that? So the only way I won, because I had to pray, I had to fast, I had to do necessary things to keep me up.
And you got to remember, man, like you said, I win. Winners are nothing but ex-losers who got mad but didn't quit.
Hey,
you can get. Hey, I mean, everybody that took an L and took losses, but the reality of it is, the winners are the ones that take the loss.
Yes.
And then they look in the face of it, they get mad.
Yes.
But they don't quit.
They
keep going, because if you keep going and you use God, the Lord, who has given us the strength to go on and persevere through things, we come out victorious every time.
Yes. And you know, it's something about just fighting, man. You know, we built off the back of fighting.
Yes.
The foundation, where we come from, our culture, man, we had to fight. We've been fighting our whole lives.
Gotta fight.
You know, the struggle get real, true enough, but you know, but we put our boots, our steel toes on, we put our hard hats.
Absolutely.
And we go into those situations, man, prepared for a fight.
That's right.
We're not expecting anything without working and preparing first.
Yes.
I can expect God to bring me out because I've prayed and I fell on my face. I prostrate and I start pushing back the plate, pushing back phone, Instagram, Facebook, pushing back. You say fasting and consecrating your mind is only because you need to put that extreme focus into that situation and kill that flesh daily.
Yeah.
Every single day.
Absolutely.
And when you operate like that under the unction of the Holy Ghost, then it's not you.
That's right.
You're being used.
That's right.
And that's what that focus is for. Is
Yeah.
that focus is not for you to fight. That
Yeah.
focus for you to move aside and let the Lord come in
That's
and
it.
take over that battle.
That's it, man.
That's what it's about. That's what it's about. You have to be a wounded healer more than less
yeah.
these days to make it, especially in the time we living in.
That's
Smitty.
right. That's right.
How many people out there right now, Smitty, just yourself, how many people do you know that are fortunate enough to overcome and still look at their war wounds,
Yeah.
lick their wounds and look at them and stand and look at themselves in the mirror and say, Lord, I thank you.
Yes,
and
sir.
every time you look at that wound,
It's a reminder.
it's a reminder how good God has been. So
Man.
that's a constant reminder what I need for the next fight.
So basically what you're saying is you're going to get some wounds. You might be into a fight. You might have to deal with stuff that you feel like you don't need to have to go through. But the reality of it is those wounds are nothing but reminders.
That's right.
Reminders that God has kept you. He's holding you,
Yes.
and he's going to persevere you through this circumstances. Y'all, we coming up against a break right now. I'm telling y'all, but we coming back, and we dropping some more nuggets.
I'm
Y'all,
ready to go.
take a moment as we listen to our sponsors and hear from our sponsors.
Yes. What's up, Smitty, man?
What's going on? Halftime.
Man, nothing much, man. I just need to ask you a question. Did you know, do we have a retail manufacturing company right here in the city of Detroit?
Retail manufacturing. Doing what?
Retail clothes, manufacturing, man, right here in the city of Detroit in the fashion district.
Here in the city?
On Livernois.
Oh, my
in the
God.
city of Detroit.
Man, you mean to talk about that stuff that you go over to China and Pakistan trying to get them shirts and stuff
Man,
for it? We can do it here?
Yeah, with no turnarounds, no language barriers, none of that.
No delivery
No
fees?
no fees.
You can go pick it up?
No weeks, months waiting on your product.
Man, you got to tell me more about this
right
company.
Here it is. Complete Image Manufacturing is a full-service apparel manufacturing company located in the city of Detroit. Man, take a look at all the services they provide to bring you designs, bring all your designs to life and make them retail and store shelf ready, baby. They going crazy over there, man. They going crazy. And reason why I would love to do business with CIM, because I'm an entrepreneur as yourself.
Absolutely.
And a lot of times what's your experience on just recently purchasing apparel for your brand, for your company?
Absolutely. I mean, hey, if I had the opportunity to deal with somebody here in the city that is prompt, good business, and understands what the customer needs, and they're able to meet those needs, I'll be over there in a heartbeat. Matter of fact, I'm going over to CIM over there in the Faster District. To see what's going on so that we can support here in the city and not have to travel outside the United States to get what we need.
Complete
it's here
Image Manufacturing, man. They're on Instagram. CIM Manufacturing, man. Hit them up, DM them, send them a message. Like all they posts, look, just check them out, man. If you're an entrepreneur and you're tired of them turnarounds, those delays, the language barriers, that turnaround time for me is like the biggest piece, 5 weeks turning into 12 weeks. And then here you are 3 months, still don't have product. Right here in the city of Detroit, all of your problems are solved. They answer. CIM, check them out, man. Check them out. Yeah, we back, y'all. We back in the building. We back from our break, man. And I'm just excited to be here another day, Smitty.
Yes, sir.
We're talking about the wounded healer. The wounded healer, everybody. Man, before the break, man, I was itching. I had some more to say. And it's just, man, we're going to have to talk. We got to stay in the studio even after the cameras roll. We finish rolling, man, because this is good, man. But, Smitty, man, we talking about wounded healer, and we talking about the process, and what does that feel like? How do you, stay in a fight with someone that you care about immensely, and someone that you want to help, right? Even in your time of need. But I don't know. I know what it looked like for me. I had to learn by trial and error on a lot of these things. But if I can ask you a question, like to kind of like piggyback off what we were just discussing, like how can you help when you're hurting?
You know what? And it seems to be like an oxymoronic question, but the reality of it is it's our responsibility. You got to think about it from a standpoint of a calling and your purpose. Some people have the responsibility to lead, as my pastor always say, while bleeding, leading while bleeding. So sometimes you're in a position where you have to make sure that things are going upon the right way and making sure things are right and helping people to move in the right direction. But sometimes that's even after you just got out of a battle.
Yeah.
While you're bleeding, you're still leading, because the reality
That's
of it is you don't get an opportunity to just turn in the towel or to just give back, the responsibility or the calling. Because when you've been called to do something, when you've been called to be influential, when you've been called to lead, I oftentimes think about, a person, and I've dealt with it myself. You're dealing with issues in your life, and your problems seem to be pregnant. Anybody ever felt like your problems was pregnant?
Yes.
Which simply means like your problem got problems, and your problems got problems. And so it's like a generation of people just or problems that just sent its way to come towards you. If you don't understand what I'm saying, maybe you understand this way. If it ain't one thing, it's another. If it ain't one thing, it's two. So people say it that way, but the reality of it is, in life, we are always going to have issues and situations that come. But it don't give us a chance to turn in who God called us to be.
Right.
It's like a parent. When a parent, you have a twofold household, a parent and a mother and a father and a mother in the household.
Yes.
The father has the heavy responsibility of leading the family in a direction.
That's
and it's not always the fun, happy-go-lucky thing. There are times where you're dealing with things on your job. You're dealing with things maybe in ministry. You're dealing with things at work. You're dealing with things at your business. You're dealing with things, through life, period.
Yeah.
But that does not give you the opportunity to turn in your leadership card. It does not give you an excuse to say, you know what, I'm just dealing with too much. You still have the responsibility of leading that family in the way to go. And even if you have a single-parent household, single parents, you done dealt with a lot more than two-parent household deal with, because you got to be both of them. You got to do everything.
Mother and father.
And so when the kids need something, you don't get to say, you know what, this too much work.
Right.
I'm just tired of this. I'm tired of dealing with this. I've been dealing with it for too long. It's unfair. As unfair as it is, it does not give you an excuse to turn in your card of responsibility.
Man.
And so the first thing you got to understand is that when you're called to something, that means you got to go through it.
Hey.
You don't get to skip it. You've been called to trouble.
Yes.
You've been called to heartache.
Wow.
You've been called to go through these things because God wants to build what's called wisdom in you. And so when you begin to get these things that wisdom produce, it helps you to be able to not just deal with it, but it be able to help you how to teach other people how to deal with it.
Ooh.
Because wisdom is through experience. Wisdom is through having gone through a thing, right?
That's
and so when you've been through something, now you get to speak to the people that are looking for the advice from you, not from a place of what you read, but what you've experienced.
Yes.
See, when you experience something and you've gone through that late night loneliness and frustration and irritations because you feeling like, I deserve better than life has offered me, then you understand when somebody come to you and speak to you about why is this problem existing in my life, and you can tell them from a place of assurity, this is God working on your behalf to bring to pass what is this day. He wants to bless you.
Yes.
He wants to encourage you. He wants to uplift you. But sometimes that uplifting comes through what looks like hurt.
Ooh.
But you still have the responsibility of leading and helping while you're hurting. Leading while bleeding. You're going to take some cuts. Things going to happen in your life, but you got to be able to understand that wisdom is going to cut across the grass for you and help you to get to the place that you're looking for faster than you thought. If you don't understand, think about it this way. Every problem that you have in your life is it's just a wisdom problem. It's just that you don't know what to do. Wisdom is knowing the difference between two things: what to do, what not to do. Where to go, where not to go. How to handle, how not to handle. That's the only thing. That's what wisdom is. And every problem that we have is a wisdom problem. We just don't know.
Yes.
If you're experiencing it, you're going through it. It hurt. You're dealing with it. But after you've dealt with it, wisdom is supposed to take place. And the Bible in Ecclesiastes, I believe it is 7:12, says wisdom is a defense. So it fights for you. It puts up a barrier. It keeps you blocked from some of the hurt that you could go through. So you got to be careful enough to take the wisdom that is being given to. Come on, somebody.
Wait
you
a minute.
So you got to take this problem.
You telling me I got to take the pain?
You got to take the pain because that's where wisdom is at.
Ooh.
The wisdom is in that hurt.
See,
Wisdom is in that letdown. Wisdom is in that not knowing which way I'm going, which way I'm coming, but I'm trusting God through this circumstance. Wisdom is a defense, and it'll keep you from being hurt further if you will take wisdom through the things that you've learned through the process.
and I'm listening. That I didn't want to hurt. I don't want it.
Nobody do.
Even right now, even in a place of that wisdom that you're speaking about, when pain comes, the mind is already structured to repel it.
Yeah.
That hurt, your body and your mind, your spirit is already structured to repel it and come against it.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't want that.
Yeah.
So it's not like I want to be disobedient to the Father, but it's like, I don't want it. You know,
man, your mama tell you she about to whoop you. You ain't say I want the whooping.
I don't want the whooping, but it's good come out of the whooping.
You learn through wisdom. Don't do that again.
And you might be hurting,
but you're not helpless. I'm telling you.
I don't want it.
Hey, the halftime, I'm telling you, what we have to really get into the point of understanding that if we endure as good sons and daughters, we'll produce what is God has already ordained for our life. Your life has already been set.
Help us.
On a trajectory for success.
Yeah.
But oftentimes we give up in the process because the process produces hurt. And hurt produces wisdom. But you don't understand is that there's a process to success. And we've talked about this several times. But the process to get into wisdom through that process, you got to go through that hurt.
That experience. You got to get that. You got to have that experience.
And if you don't have a hurt, you can't properly train or teach or show because in your mind, you trying to figure out why am I dealing with this?
Absolutely.
But God is trying to show you, look, your next level got a whole different situation, but you've been through this. You have the responsibility of teaching.
That's
like that parent. You don't get the right to say, y'all don't get to eat today. You got to figure out how them kids going to eat because just because the job is acting crazy, you better get up and go to work.
You got to go to work.
You better get up and make that money because if you don't, them kids ain't going to eat. Or if you have people that you're responsible for in mentorship, there's certain things that you have to make sure that you give them.
Every day.
So they can understand when they see this, it's not a surprise because I've already been through it. So I'm teaching. I thank God for my mentor, my pastor, Pastor DeAndre Marvell Armstead Sr. I thank God for my mentor because he gave me answers before I asked.
Wow.
Before I ever needed the answers, he was helping me to show me what was coming down in life. And so that's what proper mentorship does. Right. And the Bible tells us to follow them who through faith and patience inherit the promises of God. And so because I've seen my pastor inherit and get what he wants from God, it was a wisdom issue that I had to say, do I take his advice or do I go my own way? Right. And sometimes that's the difference between living in mediocrity or living in the purpose of God and what God has for you.
That's huge, man. The big piece of that is your pastor, man. Our pastor is that we have to allow that light to shine.
Absolutely.
Over us. And when you're in a place of hurt, again, the last thing you want, that flesh desires, is somebody trying to tell them what to do.
Yeah,
you know,
that's right.
You want to soak in it and kind of like just go through it.
Yeah.
You know, it's because you know it's an uphill battle.
Yeah. And
you talking about uphill battle.
Yeah.
Man, that's the least. That's to say the least, right? But the mindset that I needed going through everything. I mean, I was alone many times. It was like, man, what am I gonna do? My pride got in the way. From asking. You know, and then it's that part where you don't receive your healing,
right?
Because you too prideful, or is because of it's being too embarrassing, to even mention it to somebody. Wow. So now you going without, because you afraid, you fearing what they're going to think about you or whatever. But as a man, a husband, and a father, going through stuff, your children can't eat pride. Your wife can't eat pride.
That's right.
DTE they not accepting pride as a voucher.
That's right.
A coupon.
That's right.
A pride coupon.
That's right.
You're gonna have to humble yourself.
That's right.
Right before the mighty hand of God, and then God will send ministering spirits in the earth that's going to come to your aid and provide whatever that is for
That's
you.
right.
But you first going to have to humble yourself and allow that wisdom, our pastor, to come in and to shed some light on a lot of dark areas where
Yeah.
we literally are blind and
Yes.
oblivious
Yes,
to
sir.
what we need to do, the next steps we need to take, man.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
That's heavy.
It's
That's
two
heavy.
things that your life will be remembered
Wow.
for. It's two things your life will be remembered for. The problems you created and the problems you solved.
Wow.
And so you have to make sure that you put yourself in a position to
That's
solve
good.
more problems than create more.
That's
And
good.
that will be your legacy in life. That's what
good.
your life will be remembered for.
Wow.
And as we get ready to go into our next, piece of this, I was about to call you pastor.
Don't start there.
Halftime for real, man. What gives you really the confidence to help people while you're wounded? I know we serve God. I know we love God, but oftentimes there are things that are needed from within for the confidence standpoint to tell yourself that I will be able to help somebody although I'm going through myself. Because sometimes, like you say, the flesh get in the way.
Yeah.
The flesh say, man, for what? Why? You dealing with your own issues. You ain't got time for this. What is it that gives you the confidence that you're able to help people from a wounded state?
Man, first of all, understanding that relationship that I have with the Lord.
Yeah.
That again, that relationship there is so important because so people always ask me, they say, man, how do you make it through? How do you always keep a smile? But yet I know you're living in the same world I live in.
That's right.
You deal with the same adversary I deal with and have the same type of problems that I have, but yet you handle it gracefully with a smile on your face.
Right.
You don't appear to be struggling, but I know you're human, so
Right.
that tells me you're going through stuff.
Absolutely.
And it lead me to my Savior, Jesus. Peter.
Yeah.
He told Peter, he said, Peter, Satan desired to have you. It's in Luke chapter
To sift
22.
you. Yeah.
He said Satan desired to have you that he may sift you as
As
wheat.
wheat.
He said, but I prayed for you.
Yeah, I've prayed.
I pray for you that your faith fail not.
That's right.
And so because we have a Lord and a Savior that goes into the battle before you even enter,
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
already throwing swinging the bat
Go before you. Yeah.
He go before you.
That's right.
He's swinging his bat before you even get up to pitch.
That's
It's like
right.
I'm knocking it out the park for you. Because I know the enemy desire. He wants you because
That's
of
right.
life that you living and what
That's
you're
right.
going through. He's going to use this moment of stress. He's going to use this moment of depression.
Yeah.
He's going to use this lack to destroy your mind. Because John 10:10 say, for the devil come to steal, kill, and destroy.
Yeah.
But Jesus said, I am come that you may have life and may have it more abundantly.
Yeah.
But the enemy want to destroy you.
That's
He
right.
want to kill you.
That's
He
right.
want to sever all ties to me. So if he can get into your mind and cause you to fall and dilapidate and fall down and just throw in and give up the fight.
That's
he
right.
said, you know what? I got to pray for you.
That's right.
Right now because the enemy, the devil,
Yeah.
he desire to have you.
He
He's
wants
trying
your
to sift you
confidence.
as weak.
Yeah.
He wants your confidence. He
Yeah.
wants your self-esteem. He wants your joy. He
Yeah.
wants your peace. He wants your prayer life. And if he can consume your mind,
Yeah.
I'm helping somebody.
Yeah.
If the enemy can consume your mind with his
got you.
antics of
Yeah.
his system, then he got you.
That's right.
Then he got you.
That's right.
And so you can't give over your mind. And the Lord is working. My help is pushing. But Ephesians 5 and 6, it talks about the breastplate of righteousness
Yeah.
and the helmet of salvation.
That's right.
He said, but above all of that,
Yeah.
taking the shield
Of
of
faith.
faith.
That's right.
Where we shall be able to quench all of the fiery darts
of the enemy.
of the
That's-
enemy.
That's right.
So sometimes you don't need to fight and throw a punch. Sometimes you need to block
Yeah.
and shield.
That's wisdom. You got
That's the wisdom part. I knew that. How you know to block? Because I got hit before.
That's right. That's right. That's it. That's
He
the
done
truth.
almost knocked me out.
That's right.
So now I know I got to block some of this stuff. I'm gonna throw some blows after when he reload.
Hey.
I'm gonna come up swinging.
That's right.
See there?
Being prepared for
Oh
the hit
Jesus, man!
is because you've
Lord
been
have
hit
mercy.
before.
Oh my God!
I just seen. I think it was
That's
Adrian
good.
Peterson. Just got he got
In
knocked
the fight,
out
in the
with
fight,
Le'Veon
man,
Bell.
Le'Veon Bell, the
Man,
running backs.
He running in a boxing match with his hands down.
In his hand.
So you didn't get tired. You didn't get so tired. You didn't put your hands down. The first thing they tell you is protect yourself at all times.
At all times.
And he walking around with his hands down in the
that right
boxing
hook.
ring. And Le'Veon Bell threw that right. He wished he could have blocked it.
He wished he would have blocked it.
Dropped him quick. And that's what happens in our lives. Sometimes we get so frustrated by what we've been through in life, the things that we've experienced. We felt like life has dealt us a bad hand. And we begin to put our guard down. And we begin to feel like, God has left us for dead. But he said, I'll never leave you nor forsake you. I don't care what you're going through. I've never seen the righteous forsaken, nor a seed beg for bread. So what you have to understand is I don't care what life has given you, what you have dealt with, what you've gone through. What I'm here to tell you and to explain to you is God is always there. He's a very present help. He's there. He's waiting on you to understand that I'm here to remove and help you through this situation. He said, I gave you a way of escape while going in.
So let me ask you. So did he come down and help you through that? Because last time I know, he's still on the right hand of God.
He stayed on the throne, but he going to send wisdom. He going to give you understanding. He going to help you to get that this situation is not unto death. It is not to destroy you. God is not masochistic in his approach.
No.
He's not trying to kill you, nor is he trying to put you in a headlock to suffocate you. What he's trying to do is to help you to understand that through this circumstances, through this hurt, through this misfortune, through the things that you didn't expect, God is saying, I'm trying to build you into what you're asking me for. Now you praying and asking, and I'm sending what I know is needed for you, but I need you to be confident in my works and in my ways. Being confident in this very thing, that he that began a good work in you shall perform it unto the day of Jesus Christ. He said, I'm performing my works in you. All you got to do is allow this process to take place. And when I do in you what I want to do, you have the responsibility. Because the second part of that verse that you talked about with Peter, Simon, Satan desires to have you and to sift you as wheat, but I pray for you that your faith fails not. And then the next verse says, and when thou art converted,
strengthen your brother. Lord,
you have a responsibility, because converted means you went from one place to the next. So that means you went through something. Are we talking? Am I talking to anybody here?
Talking. Amen.
That means you've been through something. So that means that you're not staying in it, because I've already made a way of escape for you to be able to bear this situation. And so when I make this way of escape, you have a responsibility though. Strengthen thy brother. Strengthen thy sister. Strengthen thy friend. Strengthen thy uncle. You got a responsibility when you've been converted and God has really shown you his goodness through hard times. And he's put you on the other side. Like you say, you're on the healing side of the wound.
That's good.
When you're on the healing side of a wound, God is saying, now you have been taught, you have been shown, and I need you to speak from a place of a testifying point, because people are overcomers by the blood of the Lamb, which is the shed blood of Jesus Christ, and by the word of our testimony. So you have a responsibility to tell somebody else about how you got out of what you've been in.
My God.
And so when you come out, you got to teach, you got to show, you got to help, you got to push, you got to encourage, you got to strengthen, you got to uplift. You got to do all this stuff because God has given you the responsibility ability through what he sent you through, because he knew you would be a mouthpiece that he can use to strengthen the next person. And somebody say, strengthen your brother.
Strengthen your brother.
Say, strengthen your sister.
Strengthen your sister.
Say, strengthen the people around you.
Strengthen the people.
You got to make sure these people
around you.
Y'all, we going to get, we coming up against one more break here, y'all. And we going to have halftime. Come back.
Itching,
I know, I see him over there. He ready. But we up against another break, and we want to make sure that we get our sponsors in. So we'll hear from our sponsors, and we'll be right back. Halftime, man. Have you ever known somebody to need some help with property management?
I do, actually.
Man, I'm telling you, we have a company here in Michigan. I'm telling you that is able to help anybody that has real estate across this city or across this state. They're willing to help you. I don't care if it's a single family home, a manufacturing home, a duplex. They have multi-family homes that they can help you to procure. You know, you're not able to always know how to do everything you need to get done.
Right.
But this company is able to help you. It's called Inner City Property Management. They're dedicated to providing their clients with professional assistance by employing industry processes to meet the substantial demands of property management. Listen, they're 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Inner City Property Management will provide the financial security you are seeking by several ways. I'm telling y'all want to get it. It reduces expenses, increase income by reducing maintenance, property acquisition assistance. They're able to create long-term stability, experience with Section 8. I'm telling you, they're unparalleled in their service. Inner City Property Management understands the likes of other investments. Real estate should be managed in order to yield the highest possible return. To learn more or to discuss this property management needs and goals, call them at 313-868-4479. The number again is 313-868-4479. Inner City Property Management for your needs.
That's helpful right there.
Welcome back, everybody. We are back here. It is Deeper Than the Cut, and I'm telling y'all, we are having a great time today. We're talking about this particular topic called Wounded Healer. Sometimes you got to go through stuff, but it does not give you an excuse to give up. You still have a responsibility to help others and to heal others and to move in a place to help others to know that God is with you even in your hard circumstance. Before we left and went on break and heard from our sponsors, I seen my brother over there itching and ready to talk about this ability to have confidence in the midst of what you're dealing with as the wounded, but you're still in a place to want to help. What continues to give you that confidence halftime?
Man, you said something. You was talking about the Lord, man. I asked you a question. Does he come off the throne to do it? we expect that right now. We say he's a presence help. When you say he could be a present help in your time, right? But that is he coming off the throne? No, he is not coming off the throne. And this is when God is going to use those vessels that are in the earth that are willing and happy and
or
able
wounded.
or wounded,
that's right,
to heal the hurt of those who call and ask him for help. And a lot of times we forsake the assembly of ourselves together. But it's so important that we dwell and we spend time around the wounded, because there's wisdom, there's experience there.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be honest, it's been a lot of times where I be around you, I might come to work, you might not even know I was going through something, and I might have a feel, or I might do something. You might catch me in a daze. I might go into a stare or a daze. You might pick it up like, what's that?
Absolutely.
And so being around men of God that have the spirit of prayer and understand what hardships look like. It says that, for example, I give you a scripture basis, 2 Timothy 2:22. Okay, it says, flee also from youthful lusts.
Yes.
You got to grow up.
Yeah.
You got to come out of thinking the way that you think.
That's right.
And you got to come out of that frame of mind from doing the things that you're doing. And then you have to, then it says follow. It said, but follow righteousness, right?
Yeah.
Follow faith,
That's
follow
right.
charity, follow peace with them.
Yeah.
See, with them, not alone.
Yeah.
With them.
That's right.
With them that call on the Lord out of a pure heart.
Yeah.
See, hence the word, with and pure. See, with them. So you can't, there's something about 1 versus 2.
That's right.
The Bible says if 1 can chase 1,000, 2 can put 10,000 to flight. Right? That means that I'm 10,000.
10 times better.
Better. With my brother than I am standing alone.
That's right.
So some battles, you're going to need that extra help. You know, it's not for me just to say what to do, point you in that direction. No, I'm going to take your hand and say, follow me. Come on. We're going together. You see that? And so that's the mindset that you have to have when you're wounded, but yet you're healing. You have to know this and you have this in your mind that because I've been through things in my life, I know how I came out, and I'm not going to do my brother a disservice and lean on wounded and stranded in a wilderness because the wilderness is part of it. right? The
That's
wilderness
right.
is part of it.
But that's where you got wounded at.
That's where I got wounded at. It's a part of that process.
That's right.
But I can't leave you in
That's
the
right.
wilderness.
That's right.
I'm not gonna come to the
I
wilderness
learned
and
something.
then bring a care pack
Yeah.
and then leave you with the care pack in the
Yeah,
wilderness.
yeah.
No, my purpose in coming is because I'm gonna bring peace, I'm gonna
That's
bring
right.
charity, I'm gonna bring love, I'm gonna
That's
bring
right.
faith, I'm gonna bring fasting, I'm gonna bring prayer,
That's
and we
it.
leaving out of there together.
Together, that's right. I'm jumping in.
I'm
with
jumping
you.
in it with you. With them.
With
That's
them.
what 2 Timothy 2:22. He said, with them
Yeah.
that call on the Lord with a pure heart. See, I need somebody to be pure around
Yes,
me.
that's right.
I was saying, Smitty, when I'm out in the world, I'm working and just at the institution with the students, man. I was saying, always say, you can't be around me and be a liability.
Yeah.
In order to be around me all day, you're gonna have to be an asset.
That's
you
right.
You can't be around me and be a liability. To be around me, you're gonna have to be an asset some kind of way.
Yes, sir.
You're gonna have to benefit me in some way, form, or fashion, because that's something I need, and it's something that you need.
That's right.
And my life, the life that I am living,
That's
it's
right.
not just for me, but it is for you.
That's
So
right.
if you can't benefit from me, I'm telling you, if you can't benefit from me, then you don't need to be around me.
That's right.
I'm not a hypocrite. If you can't benefit from me some kind of way, form, or fashion, then you don't need to be around me, because I'm gonna use that same standard
That's right.
when in regards to you.
That's absolutely right.
See, so we should be able to help one another.
That's what it's about. I mean,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, if we're just here to help each other stay stagnated and not have any level of growth, no maturity, then we're actually wasting time.
Yes.
And that's the last thing I have to waste is time, because every moment that I get a chance to get up, I need to understand that it has to be productive. Something productive has to happen that day.
Yeah.
Like when we go to the barber school, Michigan Barber School, all the time I see the students sitting around sometimes, and I say, we got to do something productive today.
That's right.
We got to learn something. I don't care if we
Something.
learn something as simple as the shaving strokes or
Right.
body position. We got to learn
Yeah.
something every
Something.
single day.
That's right.
So that every day counts. And so same way in business, you got to make sure that if things don't look like you want them to look, if your books are not full, if you're not making the amount of money you want to make, what is it that you're doing to put yourself in a position to do so, instead of just staying stuck and stagnated, saying, you know what, well, it is what it is. It's okay. I deal with it. But the reality of it is when you have people around you that want more, they're looking for more, it puts your mindset in a position to say, you know what? Yeah, we can do this.
Yes.
How many times have we said to each other, hey, man, I think this is a good idea. What you think about this? It's always something progressive,
Yes.
something to move you in a position so that we can grow, so that we can have our families in a better position, so that we can make more money. And people always say, man, them two, Halftime and Smitty, they always got something going on. That's because it's always progressive, even with this podcast.
Yeah, man.
This was something that we've never done before.
Never done.
But it was just an avenue that we felt like, if we have an opportunity to help, teach, push, and
That's
encourage others,
That's
why
right.
not take the opportunity? I ain't on here talking about this, that, that. We ain't talking about no
Nothing derogatory.
If it ain't productive, it's no need.
That's right.
And like you said, if you're gonna be around me, you might well be productive.
You're going to have to be.
And I can kind of hear on a whole different subject. I can hear people saying, "How can you help people and you haven't been helped?"
Ooh.
Like people asking that question.
Yeah.
And what you have to understand is there are times in your process that you help people by what you've been through.
Right.
Now, you can't help nobody to go where you haven't been,
That's right.
but you can help somebody
Yes.
by what you've been through.
That's right.
And you could be wounded
Yes.
after coming out of what you've been through because of what you got to go to. But the things that you have to go to, you can't teach on because
Yes.
you haven't experienced that
You
yet.
haven't
That's
experienced
why a mentor needs a mentor.
That's right.
So you find somebody that has been through where you're going to.
Yes.
Come on, somebody.
Come on.
And then you'll realize that
Walk it.
the mentorship that you're giving to somebody else, somebody's giving to you.
That's right.
And so it's always a collective mentorship going on here. And it gives opportunity for everybody to succeed.
Yes.
So somebody say a mentor
A mentor
needs a mentor.
needs a mentor.
So always having the ability to learn from somebody that's been through what you've been through gives the opportunity for everybody to always grow. But that don't always mean while you're teaching that you're in a place of being perfect and everything is great. Sometimes you're teaching while you're bleeding.
Ooh, wait, and that's heavy. And it takes time to really go through that process. In some situations, Smitty, are lengthy.
Yeah.
They man, like it dwell with you for long periods of time. And so the discipline that's needed to stay the course, I think that's what caused people to try to give up, because it's like, okay, just hitting what, like you talked about Adrian Peterson. He got knocked out. He wished he'd have blocked because it have gave him to the end of that bout.
That's right.
Right? If he stay in the fight, he put his hands up.
He'd had a chance.
He'd had a chance. But a lot of people don't get themselves that chance because they don't stand up. They don't know how to stand a fight. You know, we have to train and govern our own selves. And then after we govern ourselves to that training, we have to discipline ourselves and giving yourself that motivation. Like, okay, like a lot of times I'll say, Hobson, okay, now you know he called you for help, so let's get yourself together before you walk into a situation and you're not ready. So before I even go and get to the threshold of help, my mind has already been prayed up.
Yes, sir.
I've already talked to the Lord. It's like, Lord, okay, I don't know what I'm walking into. I wasn't able to stay on the phone too long, get a lot of detail, but I'm taking you with me.
Yes, sir.
I'm taking you with me
in the fire.
In the fire.
Yeah.
I'm taking you with me in the fire. And because the Lord is with me in the fire, not 1 ounce, not one fiber of my hair, not one ounce of my blood.
Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego.
Hey, we talk about Daniel 3. Not 1 ounce, not one stench of smoke was in their clothes. They was unharmed. They were untouched. They were. As a matter of fact, the enemy, the king, looked, and the counselors looked. And Deuteronomy chapter 3, verse 24 and 25. We talking about now. We talking about the 3 Hebrew boys that stayed in the fight. That did not give up. That did not fall to the antics of the enemy and said, do whatever it is that you got to do.
Daniel 3, yes, sir.
Daniel 3, chapter 3, verses 24 and 25. I'm just going to read it. It says, then Nebuchadnezzar the king was astounded and rose up in haste and spake and said unto his counselors, wait a minute, did we cast 3 men bound in the midst of the fire? And they answered and said unto their king, true, O king. We only put 3 in the fire. But then he answered and said, lo, the counselor said, lo, I see 4 men loose. They was not bound anymore. He said, they're no more bound. He said, I see 4 men loose walking in the midst of the fire, and they have no hurt. They and not only do they not have any hurt, the form of the 4th one that we see looks like the Son of God.
Take God into your fire.
Take God into your fire. That'll preach right there. Ooh, take God into your fire.
Yes,
so
sir.
when I'm standing at the door, the threshold, Smitty, and I'm going into situations that sometimes you can't make a quick response, a quick decision, and you like, Lord, I don't know what I'm going into, but I need you right now. I need you to be that present help in my time of trouble. I'm going into this fight. I don't know what the details are, but I need you to go with me.
That's right.
I know what I'm up against, but I need you to go with me.
And I know if I got you with me, that confidence level goes to a whole nother level. Because I'm being confident in my God. He has never left me nor forsaken me. He has never played me nor left me on the side of the road. He's always been there, ready and willing to help, no matter what I've been through. Who wouldn't serve a God like that?
Who wouldn't? I know I would. I gotta serve him every day, man.
We wish we had more time here
to
talk about this wounded healer. Maybe we'll do a part 2 to this.
We might have to do a part 2.
There are so many aspects to this that we didn't even begin to talk about. But there's a responsibility that you have as being a leader, as being a shepherd, as being the person that God has given you purpose, has given you influence. That there is not always going to be a perfect situation for you, but that does not give you an excuse nor give you a right to turn in the fact that God has given you and what he's given you to go through. Go through what he's given you to go through and help while doing it. You got to lead while bleeding because it's going to be the benefit and a benefactor of those that's coming behind you. Look, you ain't hurting. You might be hurting.
But you're not helpless for
but
sure.
You're not helpless. It's deeper than the cut.
It's deeper than the cut, man.
Tune in with us on all our podcasts. You can catch us on YouTube. You can catch us on Amazon. You can catch us on all the social media platforms. Anywhere you can find Deeper in the Cut, we will be ready and willing to serve you. DeeperInTheCut.com.
Ambassador Studio.
Ambassador Studios.
Yeah.
And we say, as we always say, you might be hurting,
but you're not helpless.
but you're not helpless.
Deeper in the Cut.
Deeper in the Cut.
See you next week. We out. Yeah. That's dope.